Ridge, these figures are almost scary.
Did you expect this?
Well, I expected a lot, but nothing like this.
Can we sustain it, though?
I don't know. We're not even into the peak season.
Dad, we have never had a week like this.
Look at these foreign sales.
It's unbelievable.
This must be what it feels like to be up on top, huh?
This is gonna be a problem, though.
A problem? What's that?
What are we gonna do with all this money?
Oh, that is a big problem. Well, maybe you should start out by buying that wife of yours a house.
That's a good idea.
I know it is. Although maybe a better idea would be to bank all this money against the inevitable down cycle when women aren't buying dresses.
Except I don't think that's gonna happen. Belief has solved all that for us.
The formula is a big part of all this, isn't it? Belief.
Logan came through big time.
She sure did.
What's going on with that belief patent? You haven't mentioned that recently.
Interesting you should mention that. I have an appointment this afternoon with Steve Crown.
Steve Crown.
Yeah, he's a patent attorney, the best in town. He's been working on belief.
Everything smooth?
Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah, Trish. He is. Good. Send him in. Speak of the devil.
Hey, can I sit in on this?
Yes, I'd like you to, as a matter of fact. Steve, how are you? Come in.
Eric?
This is my son, Rich.
Ah, Rich. It's nice to meet you.
Steve.
I've heard a lot about you.
It's good to meet you, too.
So, fill us in, Steve. Where do things stand on the belief formula patent?
I would have had your receptionist announce me, but I sent my receptionist home because I'm busy working. So, in other words, you don't want to see me? Well, since we're being so honest, no, I don't. But it's not because of your work. It's because of that argument we had. That was not an argument, Brooke. Don't dignify it. What would you call it? A pathetic attempt to defend yourself. Really? I had no reason to defend myself. Then why did you? I didn't. Well, that's really interesting how two people can see the same thing so differently. Don't you psychiatrists have a name for that? I didn't invite you in my office. You struck me, Taylor. You raised up your hand and you hit me. That's something very out of character for you. Or for any doctor. All the more reason I shouldn't be around you. Well, you have to be around me because we're raising a daughter, remember? Well, I'm glad you acknowledged that. Oh, I've always acknowledged it. You're the one who didn't want to have anything to do with her. No, I'm ready now. Well, can we expect that maybe you might change your mind again? I'm only asking that for Bridget's sake. I don't want her to get too dependent on somebody so mercurial. That is enough, Brooke. She is my little girl, Taylor. I'm not going to hold back or mince words. Good for you. You got it off your chest. Now, will you please leave? Well, actually, that's not the reason I stopped by. Then why are you here? To invite you to dinner.
Let me guess. You're here to see what date would be good for me.
For what?
For the fabulous wedding shower you want to throw for me, Stephanie.
I don't think I've ever met anybody quite like you, Sheila.
Well, thank you, Stephanie.
What is it, about 6 months?
Since what?
You started working here?
Oh, no, actually, it will be a year in May.
Less than a year. And look at the way you talk to me.
The way I talk to you?
All of the employees in this company address me as Mrs. Forrester as a matter of respect. But you have no respect. You talk to me with unwarranted familiarity, and you're always throwing around rude and crude remarks.
Well, that's not the way I wanted it.
Can't control yourself?
You despise me.
Well, I think you're an opportunist, so how else am I supposed to feel about
There
you?
you go again. Name calling.
No, just calling a spade a spade.
Well, the point remains, how can I respect a woman that treats me the way you do?
You know, if I were you, I would do everything in my power to get me to treat you differently. That'd be my #1 priority.
Why?
Naturally, you'd say why. You think you have Eric to protect you.
Well, that's not what I meant, but that is a salient point.
I'll tell you why. And actually, there are 2 reasons. The first, until you are Mrs. Forrester, you are not Mrs. Forrester, and you're going to be treated as any other salaried employee in this company. Secondly, I own half of this company. You know, it surprises me someone as smart as you is constantly forgetting that.
Well, I fail to see the relevance as to who owns the company.
Oh, I suppose it's just a bread and butter issue. I'm the butter on your bread.
But Eric is the bread. And I prefer mine without butter.
Belief is well on its way.
What exactly does that mean?
It means we've applied for the patent, and it's pending.
How long should that take?
Well, it depends on the patent search.
What about a patent search? I mean, what does that all involve?
Well, it's a relatively straightforward process, really.
To determine if the patent can even be issued.
Exactly. We submit a description of the product, chemical composition, how it's applied, what it does, and the patent office then conducts a search based on, well, several criteria.
What would those criteria be?
Well, first and foremost, they want to determine if the formula is unique, if it's ever been done before. Once novelty is established, then they'll move on to function. Does it do what it claims to do? And then, of course, finally, does anyone else ever apply for a similar patent?
Well, it's certainly novel.
We know that. Well, I don't anticipate any problems. Like I say, it's a heck of a product.
Yeah, we sure think so.
Oh, that's right. You took it through R&D, isn't that what I heard?
Well, only from a managerial standpoint. Logan actually invented it.
Logan?
My ex-wife, Brooke.
Oh, yes, that's right. How long has she been working for you, Eric?
A little over 2 years.
Well, she's quite a find.
Ah, the best in the business.
You're lucky she was working at Forrester.
Yes, we definitely lucked out on that one.
Has she ever produced anything else for you other than Belief?
Has she ever? Yeah.
You came to invite me to dinner? The proverbial offer you can't refuse. And why can't I?
Didn't you tell me you've taken a renewed interest in Bridget?
Yes.
Well, then sitting down with me and her father is almost mandatory.
I sit down with her father every day. I lay down with him every night. I don't need to involve myself with you.
You may want to reconsider. I'm the baby's mother. If you don't involve yourself with me, you're never going to see her. Is that a good enough reason?
It almost sounds like you're using her, Brooke.
Using who?
Your daughter. To force me into having dinner with you. If I don't show up, I can't see her. Isn't that what you just said?
Yes, it is. But you, more than anybody, should understand why.
I should?
Would you trust your child with a surrogate parent who refused to sit down and talk about that child?
Well, you certainly know how to grab at the right words.
Why else would I want to have dinner with you, Taylor? It certainly isn't for a good time.
I suspect that you're hoping I'll see things differently.
What things?
Your relationship with Ridge, for starters.
Now you've really lost me.
No, I haven't. You know what I'm saying. Rich loves his daughter. The four of us sit down together, and who is the outsider? Me. Spend enough evenings like that, and maybe I'll start to accept the inevitable. That Ridge belongs with you and his daughter. Isn't that the scenario?
Well, that sounds good to me, but that's not really where I'm coming from.
I hope not, because it isn't going to happen. Not a chance.
Stephanie must really be brainwashing you. Here I am inviting you into my home, trying to be very accommodating and civil. Because I want to do what's best for my daughter and get together and try to figure out the best way to raise her. And here you are, you're just making accusations. I mean, if you're going to carry on this way, Taylor, and just have this horrible attitude, let's just put it this way. I'm not going to subject my daughter to this. If you don't want to come to dinner, that's fine. It'll just be Ridge and me again.
Brooke, wait. All right. I'm sorry. Okay? I said it. I'll give you one more chance. I'll let my guard down one more time. But Brooke, I'm warning you. Don't take advantage of me. That would be a major, major mistake on your part.
I don't make major mistakes. You should know that by now. I'll see you at dinner.
How long do you think you can go on pushing me?
Oh, I'm just pushing back, Stephanie. You already made the initial shove. I'm just protecting myself, which I must say is not an easy task when I have to deal with you.
You really have no excuse talking to me this way.
Oh, am I supposed to let you walk all over me? You treat me like dirt.
I treat you like a person that can't be trusted.
And I don't know where the hell that comes from. I've never betrayed your trust.
You have not been exactly forthright about your past.
My past.
You lied about your relationship with Lauren Fenmore.
No, I didn't lie. Lauren Fenmore means nothing to me. She's only a name. I don't know her. I don't care to know her. But if I did, what would that have to do with you and me and our relationship? Or my relationship with Eric? Nothing. Nothing at all.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, God, would you please give this up?
Why?
Because you're wasting your time. And once you figure that out, you're just gonna hate me more than you already do.
You play every angle, don't you? As far as seeing Eric tonight, I wouldn't count on it. He's having dinner with me.
Oh, he is?
Oh, you didn't know that? He didn't tell you? Well, I guess that's not really so surprising, is it?
Stephanie. Don't interfere in my life. You don't want to do that.
That sounds like a threat. You mean nothing to me, Sheila. And if you think you mean so damn much to Eric, why is he having dinner with me tonight?
Steve, thanks very much for coming by.
My pleasure. Keep us posted on Belief. I'll do that. Take care, gentlemen.
Bye.
So, Mr. King of the rag trade, how's it feel?
Oh, like I'm late for dinner.
You and Sheila going out?
No, I'm having dinner with your mother.
Really?
Eric?
Sheila, hi.
It's all right. I was just, getting out of here.
I need to speak to you right now.
Sheila, what is it?
I just talked to Stephanie.
And?
She mentioned that you two were having dinner tonight.
So we are.
Well, I had plans for us.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you tell me you were seeing Stephanie? Sweetheart, look, we're engaged. I think it's a good idea if we keep each other informed as to what's going on in each other's lives.
Is that why you're so upset? Because I didn't tell you?
Yes.
Are you sure? You certain there isn't something else?
Yeah, there is something else.
What? What is it?
Your ex-wife. She's really becoming unbearable.
What did she say?
That's not what she said. God, it's her attitude toward me, Eric. Was she like this with Brooke?
Mm-hmm. She was worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I find that hard to imagine.
Look, for better or for worse, Stephanie is very, very protective of me.
Well, she doesn't have anything to protect you from. You gotta do something about this.
I'll talk to her tonight.
Sweetheart, no, I want you to be with me tonight.
No, honey, I've already committed myself.
Well, then here, you just pick up the phone and you call Stephanie. I'm sure she's in her car on the way home.
No, I don't want to call her.
Why? You can see how much this means to me.
Sheila, don't make an issue out of this. Stephanie and I are very, very close friends, and we always will be.
Sometimes I wonder if this woman doesn't mean more to you than I do. Eric, please. I'm asking you to cancel your plans with Stephanie and spend the evening with me. Will you please do that? Will you?
I didn't know you were home.
It's a big night tonight.
So I hear.
Who told you?
Brooke stopped by my office.
Oh, damn. I want to surprise you.
Well, you seem very excited.
Well, I'm always excited to go over there. Because of Bridget, of course.
Of course.
Doc.
I'm sorry, Ridge. I've just had a very hard day.
Does your visit from Brooke have anything to do with that?
I need some reassurance.
Oh. What's that?
It's a start.
More?
I don't think we have enough time for the kind of reassurance I need.
Well, then, we make time.
Tell me you love me, Rich.
I love you.